So I'm on my way back from Sparta, Tennessee at Scott's Auto and Salvage. He did a great job. I'm really impressed. It's a good little shop there. Cool guy too. So if I ever need some body work and I can talk him into working with me again, I will absolutely do that. Anyways, it's been a bit of a rainy ride. I'm a little bit wet, not too awful bad, but I'm going to once again take this opportunity to just do a vlog and talk to you guys about what's going on with Exodus Knife and Tool and the YouTube channel. Let's see here. I'm not going to get a lot of, check this out, another Toyota Tacoma that lost a ball joint. I'll talk about that more later. But anyways, crap, where was I? I'm not going to do a bunch of motorcycle footage here because it was raining and I didn't really feel like it, and it was early and I was tired, and I don't really think that's what I do well anyways, although I do plan on getting a 360 degree camera to do that better. By the way, I'm not going to do an intro here today, but for the month of June, my sponsor is Spirit of the Bear Designs. That is Michael Spaniers. You can reach him on Instagram or Facebook, and he's just I think the best leather guy around. So if you're in the market for leather, now he's not cheap, guys. He's the best, and he's an artist. So you know, it's an investment. If you have a favorite knife, it deserves premium sheath. Anyways, Exodus Knife and Tool. Today is Wednesday. Friday evening at 7 p.m. Central, I'm doing a live auction for some Independence Day special edition knives. These knives are going to be incredibly limited and rare. The handle materials were handmade by a guy in red, white, and blue burlap micarta. I only had one block of it. I bought it years ago, maybe 5 or more years ago. And I'm not going to tell you that I will never have red, white, and blue scales again, never have patriotic scales again, or even have red, white, and blue burlap scales again, but they will never be like these ones. They are very unique. Again, because they were just handmade by a dude, just simply, you know, and they turned out so good. So I think I only have 4 knives, which is a big part of why we're doing a live auction here, so that everybody who wants can get a chance. So 2 jackalopes that are exactly the same, red Cerakote, red Kydex. 1 adventure craft with a stonewash blade and black Kydex, and 1 adventure craft with I believe a red blade and black Kydex. So 4 knives total for this year, for this special edition. I want to do more special edition stuff like this, and I'd like to do it to have more available. Ideally, I'd like to not even need to do an auction. But that's what we're doing, guys. Only a couple of y'all are going to get your hands on these. They are going to be something. Now, after that, in July, I'm going to have another auction. I have a classic jackalope that was my favorite jackalope, so it's used. Orange Cerakote, burlap micarta scales, adventure pattern Kydex. That actually previously sold in an auction, and the guy he bought like $550, outbid all kinds of people, and then got weird and ghosted me. So it's a bad deal with auctions, guys. If you can't pay, don't bet, right? And you know, if you can't pay, don't watch the live auction drunk, if you can help it. But I'll have that. I'll also have 2 other special knives. A jackalope with orange bolsters, OD green canvas micarta scales, OD green Cerakote in orange topographical kydex is probably my favorite custom that I've ever had come through, especially with that kydex. It looks amazing. Uh-oh. I don't remember where I was with that, but that's okay. The workhorse coming up, I've got to get really serious about really testing that shortly. I'm going to get a micrometer to measure the behind the edge thickness just to verify today to see if we want to thin that up a little bit going forward. So 19 of those will be ready fairly soon. And when I say fairly soon, I mean ideally within 2 months. They're just going to blow people's minds. So now, I'm going to do a video on it. It will not be a review. But I also don't intend for the video to be marketing. I don't want to have a bunch of fluff. I want to tell you the knives' strengths and weaknesses, capabilities and limitations in a way that is absolutely as honest as I possibly can. And I will tell you that there are going to be more limitations and weaknesses than strengths, because it is well over 3/8 of an inch thick. It's ridiculous. However, I think it's still going to be a lot more practical than people expect. Already in my use of it, I absolutely love it. So never will I advertise this as the knife that you need for survival, or the only knife you need, or the first knife you need. None of that. This is a knife to add to the collection if you are spoiled enough, like I am, to have a collection and you like things that are incredibly unique and just preposterous. So I love it, and I'm just way excited about that. I'm like just dying on time though, which is part of the reason, of course, why I'm giving you guys a little update here in the car on this trip, doing a little vlog, because I'm looking at my YouTube schedule and the rifle slings I have to make and the knife drops I have to do and everything like that, and I'm like, where am I going to fit this all in? We're just gonna rock and roll. Oh, July 1st, I'm doing a bushcraft class, but I believe that I am going to name it Introduction to Adventurecraft, or Adventurecraft 101. And the thing is, there's a reason that I named the Adventurecraft. There's a reason that I am so big on the concept of adventurecraft as opposed to bushcraft, which does not mean that I'm opposed to bushcraft, but you gotta just understand what I mean by that. I guess I'll explain myself here in a second, but I think that I need to lean into it. I think that it is a concept that's incredibly viable and practical, and can really be a benefit to the community. And I think it's a concept that I need to really lean into. I think it's going to be an important part of my genre and what I have to offer. Jolene, 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 Jolene! Dang that gas station for doggone getting such a silly song stuck in my head. Where am I going here? So let me explain bushcraft, adventurecraft, and firecraft. I don't know if firecraft is Jason Teets's term. or if it's just the term that he used, but I want to give him credit for it because he made it popular and I love the term. But I think people go out to bushcraft and that's their focus, which is absolutely fine. Practice your bushcraft, that's great. But in the scheme of things, for practicality's sake, bushcraft is going to be a very, very small part of an adventure. It's going to be a skill set that you use while you're out hunting or camping or doing something, or when you find yourself in an emergency, whatever the case may be. Bushcraft, for practicality's sake, is not what I want to focus on. Now, a part of bushcraft, in my opinion, is firecraft. It's the part that we typically do the most, and it's just making fires, right? With whatever you have on hand and learning how to be flexible and make fires in lots of different ways. So in my opinion, firecraft is a part of bushcraft, whereas the actual crafting of tools that you need in the bush is more broad than firecraft. And then, in my opinion, bushcraft is just a small part of adventurecraft, which is the skills that are needed in the field for the adventure, whatever the adventure is. But in the adventure craft, the adventure is the focus and not necessarily just the bushcraft. All right. So Adventure Craft 101, I think it's going to be a good doggone deal. And I think it's a term that I need to lean into more. And maybe even do a full video about. And it's only a matter of time before someone actually popular steals the term and tries to take credit for it, and then it becomes popular. But that'll probably benefit me as well. So, whatever. Anyways, on a more personal note, driving this little Honda Fit, I can't believe this is such an amazing car. I've driven so many cars. When it comes to practicality with the seats folding down and everything else, it's so practical, but the quality is so much better than other cars in its crappy little segment of the market. The quality of the brakes, the clutch, the motor itself. And so I've been driving my truck for a week or more now, and I forgot how amazingly easy this car is to drive. But I think I'm gonna sell it. We're looking at bringing Baby Beach number 3, or conceiving Baby Beach number 3 here. And with the adventures that we have, we need more room. I think we need like a 15-passenger van. I just saw, I wish I could have got film of it, but I was on the motorcycle, a Quigley conversion Chevy van, 4-wheel drive passenger van. I want one so bad. Can't believe how expensive those honestly kind of crappy little passenger vans, and I say some of them, whatever, have become astronomically expensive for a decent one. But room is expensive. So anyways, that's kind of the direction I'm looking for that. So I think my daily driver would probably become the old Cummins, which I've got a lot of stuff. Actually, tomorrow I think I'm gonna go buy I'm gonna take the kids in the Cummins, go pick up a car hauler trailer from a buddy, and go buy a new truck, rolling similar Dodge W250 rolling chassis, no transmission or motor, so that I can take the cab and a bunch of parts off of that and make my truck as nice as it deserves to be. Honestly, if you're familiar with the truck, the frame's okay, The transmission's freshly rebuilt with premium parts, South Bend Stage 2 clutch, somewhat quite fresh, probably 40,000 miles fresh motor, Sheed Racing fuel pump, the Hungry Diesel piston lift pump, PA Performance one-wire alternator. Brakes are fantastic. Steering, like, the truck mechanically is so solid, but the body and cab are just rotting off of it. So I'm planning on having a buddy. We're gonna lob the frame off right behind the rear leaf spring perches, and then box the frame in is the plan, and then so the back will be bobbed, and we will I want to do a custom flatbed in it for hauling people with fold down sideways seats for when I want to do a off-road shuttle service. I also need it for hauling some heavy equipment, but with a good cab and a good flatbed, you know, the truck will go from a $8,000 truck to probably a $16,000 truck real quick. But the thing is, right now, it's like driving in an open air vehicle, even with the doors and everything shut. The body's so bad. If it's going to be my primary vehicle and I'm going to be driving all over the country in it, it needs to be a little bit nicer. Probably even do street tires, although I'll probably do taller, narrower street tires to have a little better gearing, a little quieter ride, a lot of mileage, maybe an industrial set of doggone tires on there. But that's kind of the plan with all of that. And you know, we're planning on a third kid. I'll say a third boy, but we might knock out a fourth and maybe a fifth in a row after that. So things are, you know, I always talk about how busy I am and how like backlogged everything is, and it's only gonna get worse. But worse for scheduling, better for everything else. Alright guys, so we are about done with this little adventure. I don't know what the last thing I had said even was. I did meet up with a buddy on the way here and got to check out his adventure craft. It's an old one and it has been well loved. You can see the handle here looks as they all should. So, you know, people ask me why the natural micarta on the new knives that I'm selling look different than the ones that I personally own and that are featured. And it's that natural patina. It's just micarta soaking up the oils and stains and whatever else from honest use in time. Anyways, Garrett, I have the micrometer finally. Just picked that up. Very stoked on that. Sorry about the wait. I'm almost done with this adventure, and it's time for me to figure out how the heck I'm gonna deal with the rest of the week. But on that note, guys, thank you for watching. I don't know that anybody really cares to see these vlogs, but it's been a convenient way for me to get some content up while doing some work here. So let me know what you think in the comments section below. I will talk to you later, and I hope you have a blessed day.